Richmond Braves Baseball, 1984. Tonight, live from Parker Field in Richmond, Virginia, it's the Braves and the Pawtucket Red Sox. This is a TV8 Live sports exclusive presentation. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Loveland Distributing Company, distributors of Miller and Miller Lite. Welcome to Miller Time. By Domino's Pizza. Domino's offering fast, friendly, and free 30-minute delivery. By Circuit City. Circuit City is your superstore. By Haynes Jeep. Haynes, where the fun begins in Richmond. By RCA, proud sponsors of RCA Night, Monday, June 11th. By McDonald's, McDonald's and you. And by WRVA Radio, where your friends are. Hi everybody and welcome. We are at steamy, hot Parker Field in Richmond, Virginia tonight, where the Braves open up a 7-game homestand, first of a 4-game series with the Pawtucket Red Sox. An important stretch for the Braves. It's the first of 15 consecutive games against the top division team, so it's time for the Braves to start making up some ground. Very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Bob Black. We are joined tonight by TV8 weekend sports anchor Lou Charlin. Lou, welcome to Braves Baseball.
Thank you, Bob. It is warm tonight, but going for the Braves tonight, pitching is Brian Fisher. And Brian has pitched in both TV8 games this year, so he's the TV8 designated pitcher. The Braves have won both games that he has pitched. He's also scheduled to pitch next Monday, another TV game on Channel 8. But what has happened to the Braves hitting? In the last 3 games, the Braves have been one hit twice. We posed that question, what has happened to the hitting to Braves third baseman Tom Hayes?
I don't know. You know, we were hitting the ball real good this week. Had a couple of games where we really swung the bat good, and I don't know. We ran into some hard times last night, and it's tough to say. You know, we come out trying to hit the ball hard, and you know, personally, I haven't been seeing the ball real well lately, and that's what's causing problems for myself. But for the whole team, I guess you just come out, and there's gonna be days when you just don't. You don't get the hit, so you don't hit the ball like you should. So we're just going to try and battle and come back tonight and, you know, swing the bat a lot.
The hitting that Tom Hayes was talking about will certainly be crucial for the Braves. As we mentioned, this is the beginning of an important homestand with Pawtucket in Maine. Pawtucket has been a tough team for the Braves to beat. The Paw Sox have beaten Richmond 4 of the 5 times they have played this season. Pawtucket, a much improved club this season. As we take a look at the International League standings, you can see the Paw Sox just a few percentage points out of second place. They're 2.5 games back of first place Maine. Braves, on the other hand, have slipped into 6th. 8.5 games back of the first place club, 6 back of this Pawtucket team. So it really has been quite a turnaround for the Pawtucket Red Sox, and we asked manager Tony Torchia the difference between this year's club and last year's.
Well, the 2 big differences is we've added 10 new players, 6 pitchers and 4 everyday players, and really we've been pretty much free of injury and sickness, and last year's club was really riddled with both of those problems, and when you finish last, no matter what league it is, that usually is a big contribution, injury and sickness, and our club battled hard last year, as you know, and we just came up short in a lot of the games because the depth wasn't there because of the injuries, but I'd say the new players have really injected some life into this Pawtucket Red Sox team, and the veterans are also doing their share.
So the stage is set for tonight's game. The Braves and Pawtucket. Brian Fisher for Richmond, left-hander Mike Rochford for the Pawtucket Red Sox. Lou and I are coming back with starting lineups and the opening pitch in just a moment.
You've turned the city over to the next shift. The rest of the night is yours.
To Miller time.
Now comes your time with the best beer you can find, Miller High Life.
Your thirsty self right here, you got the time. We've got the beer for what you have in mind. Welcome to Miller time.
When we close this box, we've made our best. So when you open this box, you enjoy the best. Hot, fresh pizza delivered to you in 30 minutes or less. Because
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Latch on to the thrill and
excitement of a ride you won't soon forget in a Haynes Jeep CJ, Cherokee, or Grand Wagoneer. Climb aboard for a test drive like no other at Haynes Jeep, the Jeep Masters, where you'll find $1 million inventory with terrific prices, terms, and service at 7300 Brook Road. There's no ride like a Jeep ride and no deal like a Haynes Jeep deal. So get set for the best test drive you'll ever have at Haynes Jeep, 7300 Brook Road. Sorry, no Buffaloes.
Bob Black, Lou Charla back with you live. Perhaps, Lou, that should be historic Parker Field in this its final go-around in the International League. And a good crowd on hand tonight. It is our final Merchants night of the season here at Parker Field, and lots of people filing in to take a look at this third-place Pawtucket team in the International League. And in reality, the Paw Sox tied for second in the IL. Pawtucket with a record of 29 up and 21 down, 2.5 games back of the first-place Maine guys. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Pawtucket Red Sox as they get set to face right-hander Brian Fisher for the Braves. Lee Graham will lead off and play center field. Paul Hundhammer bats second. He is the second baseman. Steve Lyons, the number 3 hitter, is the third baseman. Pat Dodson, the cleanup batter, will play first base. Kevin Romine in left field, hitting 5th. Gus Burgess in right, bats 6th. Reggie Whittemore, the big first baseman turned designated hitter tonight. Whittemore will be the DH. He will hit 7th. Mark Sullivan, the catcher, batting 8th. Mike Davis is the shortstop. He bats 9th. And the starting pitcher for Pawtucket is left-hander Mike Rochford with a record of 3 wins, 3 losses, and earned run average of 4.36. And the Braves have taken the field behind right-hander Brian Fisher.
Here's the defensive alignment the Braves will send out tonight. Kenny Smith will be at first base. The second baseman will be Miguel Sosa, just up from Greenville. At shortstop, Paul Zavella. And the third baseman, Tom Hayes. In the outfield, it'll be Rick Lisi playing left field tonight. Milt Thompson will be in center field. Leo Vargas will be in right field. Behind the plate, it'll be Larry Owen. And on the mound, Brian Fisher. Brian on the year, 5 wins, 2 losses, an ERA of 2.92. He has struck out 58, walked 39 in 71 innings pitched.
However, has had his problems his last couple of times out, Lou, and Fisher has not won a ball game since the 24th of May when he defeated Syracuse by a score of 16-3. So Fish has struggled his last couple of times out, and before the ball game, we asked his catcher tonight, Larry Owen, what's been wrong with Fisher and what he needs to do to get back on the right track.
Well, Brian just struggled with his breaking ball for a couple of outings. He was having trouble getting his slider over the plate, and then he was trying to overthrow his curveball because the slider wasn't working, and then, you know, all that worked on his head, and he started changing little things. But last week, Johnny was working with him down in the bullpen, and he looked real good in his time that he pitched on the side. His slider was working well again, and he had his curveball breaking good, and he had a better command of his fastball, which he had when he started the season.
And now for the first pitch and the play-by-play, here's Bob Black.
All right, Lou Charlip, thank you very much, and we welcome everybody to TV8 and Braves baseball as we get set to go. The Braves in Richmond. And the Pawtucket Red Sox providing the opposition tonight. This is Lee Graham to start it. The center fielder batting at .270, no home runs and 17 runs batted in.
On the year, Bobby's 1 for 8 against Richmond.
Fisher's first pitch of the ball game is low, ball 1 underway.
He has some speed. He stole 46 bases last year, second in the International League.
Bunted foul toward the on-deck circle of the Pawtucket Red Sox, where on-deck hitter Paul Hundhammer fields it.
Not a bad idea.
Good crowd on hand tonight, our final Merchants night of the season. Hoping the Braves can get back on the winning track. Richmond has lost 3 in a row. 2-1 as Fisher misses high with a fastball. Boy, what a turnaround the last couple of years. The Braves won 9 of 10 from Pawtucket in this park last season. And already this year, Pawtucket is 3-0 against the Braves here at Parker Field.
Pawtucket is playing good baseball. If you look at the stats of some of the players, it looks like they're playing over their heads.
A lot of newcomers, as Tony Torsha mentioned pregame show. Miguel Sosa will get his first Parker Field chance in 1984, and he makes it perfectly, 1 down.
Bob, last year, Graham stole bases. This year, he's only stolen 9 bases, which may be an indication everybody's hitting. No need for those steals.
Pawtucket has been getting a lot of power. In fact, they have the #1 home run hitter in the league.
And their number one home run hitter last year, Whittemore, only has 4 this year.
Here is Paul Hundhammer. He has been a pleasant surprise at second base. Hundhammer hitting at .308, 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. He looks at a strike, nothing and 1.
He has 3 doubles this year against the Richmond Braves and 2 RBIs.
To shortstop Zavella on a big hop. 2 away. So Brian Fisher has the first 2 outs of this first inning. You take a good look at the International League All-Star shortstop of a season ago, Paul Zavella. Steve Lyons leads the International League in home runs. With 11, he has knocked in 33 runs and is hitting .322. To shallow center field, Thompson started back. He'll come in and make the running catch. And Brian Fisher has a very easy first inning. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left. Braves coming up bottom of the first with Thompson, Zavella, and Linares.
This RCA ColorTrack 2000 makes the most of space. See how advanced RCA design lets a 25-inch ColorTrack fit into the same space as a 19-inch set, with a picture that's incredibly lifelike. Compared to a 19-inch set, the ColorTrack 2000 gives you 70% more picture to watch in the same space.
See your participating RCA dealer.
People think I always take the train because I'm afraid of flying. Me, afraid? Nah. I take the train because it's the best way to enjoy light beer from Miller. Rolling through the Rockies and all across the Midwest, nice let's filling. And it tastes great coast to coast. That's why I take the train, not because I'm scared of anything. Hey, what happened to the light?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I went... Baby, I'm a little afraid of the dark.
This Braves team comes into play with a record of 23 up and 27 down. 6th place in the International League. 8.5 back in the first place main guys. Milt Thompson leads off in center field. Paul Zavella will bat second. He is the shortstop. Rufino Linares, the designated hitter, batting third. Leo Vargas will hit 4th and play right field. Tom Hayes, the number 5 batter, at third base. Ken Smith will hit 6th and play first. Rick Lisi makes a start in left field tonight. He will bat 7th. Miguel Sosa hits 8th at second base. Larry Owen, the catcher, and Brian Fisher, the starting pitcher for the Braves.
And the defensive alignment tonight for the Pawtucket Red Sox will be Kevin Román in left field, Lee Graham in center field, Gus Burgess will be in right. In the infield, it'll be Pat Dodson at first, Paul Hundhammer at second, Mike Davis at short. Steve Lyons will be at third. Mark will do the catching tonight. Mike Rocheford will do the pitching.
Good look at number 26. He is 6'4", 205 pounds, 21 years of age, and he is pitching in his home area, New England. He is from South Burlington, Vermont. 3 wins and 3 losses, an earned run average of 4.36. Against the Braves this season, Rochford is 1-0. His 3rd appearance against the Braves. Milt Thompson to start it for Richmond, batting at .328, a home run and 16 RBIs. Ball 1. And outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Thompson has hit safely in 10 of 11